start off with the do now question one, right? So the question is specific to America. Let's get ahead. What are some reasons that people might want to join a gang? Front table.
To gain respect.
To gain respect. How do you get respect from joining a gang? Can you follow up on that a little bit? Can someone else help?
Having people fear you.
Too afraid to join the gang and be in gang violence. So once they see that you're a gang member, maybe they respect you a little bit more because they think that you capable of doing like something dangerous to them.
Okay. Yeah. You become, I guess, a little bit more intimidating, which shows that you're less afraid. That makes sense. That makes sense. What else? Can we get another hand? Front table.
For money.
For money. How do you get money through this?
Because you be selling dope and you just get money. I mean,
Okay. So is this an illegal or a legal way to make money?
illegal.
Probably an illegal way to make money. But that's one of the theories that we're going to talk about later in class, because today we're going to be looking at southern Italy and some of the theories for why the mafia or crime is strong there. All right? Let's get one more. We've already said respect. We've said money. Lamont? It's all right?
Protection.
Say that again?
Protection.
Protection. How do you get protection?
Like guns and stuff like that. You know, like they like a family.
Okay. Thank you. So it makes sense, yeah. You get protection because you have like a new family that you identify with. These are kind of already the three major reasons, which we're going to get to again in our notes, okay? But we've already said money, we've said respect, and protection. And respect kind of goes with this idea of like you follow in your elders' footsteps. So when we look at the mafia today, we definitely want to be able to draw some parallels for why the mafia is strong in southern Italy to why organized crime or gangs are strong in America, right? We can go ahead and write down our objective. Let's just take about 30 seconds to write this down. Somebody from the back table, can you read this for us?
Students will apply theories for why the mafia exists to a nonfiction article.
Thank you. So again, we'll end class with a nonfiction article. It's about a small town in the toe of Italy where the mafia is really strong. And we're going to look at those three theories about money, about respect, about power, and see which of those best explains what we see in the article. All right? So we're reading with purpose. Let's look back at this essential question. Can I get somebody from the back table to read this for us? Somebody from the front table. I guess it's a little small. Can you read this for us?
What type of narratives sustain the mafia? What type of narratives challenge the mafia?
Thank you. So remember, this is not a new question. This is the question that's gone through every lesson in this unit, right? We're looking at different narratives, different stories, different speeches, even documentaries, music maybe. Everything can be a narrative, but which of those narratives glorify the mafia? They make it look like something good. They make it look like something legitimate. They legitimize it. What types of narratives challenge it? They expose it. They show that it's ugly. They show that it's corrupt, right? So as an example of how this narrative works, what we're going to do is put two pictures on the board. Can you hit the lights for me? And for each picture, we'll take about 1 minute, and you can write down 4 words that go with the picture, all right? Do this independently rather than sharing your answers, because this is about what you think. It's not about what your neighbor thinks, right? All right? Image 1 is up. You got about 1 minute. Oh, they're doing great. I should film every class, right? All right, we got about 30 more seconds. Somebody tell me one of the words that they wrote down for this. 1, 2. Money?
I would put money.
Money as well? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the next. Scarface? All right. 4 words, just 4 words, okay? 4 words to describe it. Here goes the next one. 4 more words, okay? Take 1 minute. Just leave the camera on the screen, okay? Thank you. About 1 minute.
Me 2 months ago.
LJ, what's one of the words that comes to mind?
I heard a name.
Yeah. All right, that's about a minute. We're gonna do 1 more minute. We're gonna see both images side by side. Keep in mind our essential question. What types of narratives support the mafia? They legitimize it, they make it look glamorous, they sustain it. What types of narratives challenge it? And we're gonna answer a question that relates to that essential question, okay? It's kind of a microcosm of the unit. How do these images provide different representations of the mafia? Take a minute first to answer this on your own. Be ready to share your thought in a minute, all right? So 1 more minute. You ready? Okay. Make sure you have it written down, right?
Okay.
On the first picture.
He jumps on the first picture.
Remember, we're doing this independently because there's no wrong answer. This is about what you think
There is no words.
before your thoughts are influenced by someone else, right?
See, he just looked disrespectful nowadays. No, that was the one. They call me L, J, L, B.
All right,
You answered.
let's get a couple volunteers. So in the front, in the middle, and then the back, right? What do you think? How are these images different?
Because one like portrays a positive outlook on the mafia and the one like shows a negative. Because one is showing how he get money and the other one just shows how he locked up.
Okay, so which one is more positive?
The first one.
The first one is more positive, the second one's more negative. Thank you. Middle table.
So,
How do you think these images are different? How do they portray the mafia?
I feel like the first picture is more a money thing, more a business like thing, and then the other one is more about a gang, like a gang member.
Do you agree with or with the student in the front that this image is more positive than this one?
Yeah, it's more positive.
Okay. In the back. Thank you. Thank you.
I say the first picture made it seem like the mafia is like a way to get money, and then the second one is like it's more like a service or like a get help.
Cool. Thank you. Do you agree that this one's more positive than this one?
Yeah.
Which one's more realistic?
Right.
The right one? Anybody disagree with that?
Both of them.
Both. I think it's
You
both.
think this is realistic as well?
Once you had that for so long, you gonna eventually get caught and you become him from the right.
Yeah.
It could be. So maybe the things that we read later in class will support that. Maybe they'll challenge that, right? But let's pay attention to that. We do know that this is Tony Montana. This is a fictional character. This is Al Pacino playing a Cuban drug lord in Miami, right? This is not a real movie. Or it is a real movie, but it's not a real story. And even this movie ends with him.
Done.
You know how it ends.
No.
This is a true story. This is an image from a Houston Times article of a man who was actually arrested and sentenced to death for gang-related murders, right? So this one definitely glamorizes, this one definitely shows the consequences. It exposes. Y'all did a good job of recognizing that. And make sure you see how this relates back to our essential question. Because all of our narratives are going to be somewhere on that spectrum. They're either going to glamorize, legitimize, or they're going to challenge, sustain. Okay? So everything should relate to that. We've got a couple notes. We'll just take a little while to write these down, but we're going to go over the three major families rather, real quick. Okay? Can I have somebody from the back table read the top note? And by the way, these are guided notes, so you'll fill out, you don't have to write everything, obviously, just look at your worksheet, and you'll fill in what's underlined in your paper. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, clear.
Yes, sir.
Can you read this for us, the first line?
Italian for our.
Okay, thank you. So, Cosa Nostra is an Italian word. It means our thing. All right? It originated here in this island in Sicily. Okay? Which is on the toe of Italy. And it's perhaps as old as 1850. All right? It goes back really far. That's a top-down organization. It's almost like the Illuminati, where it's really
Good morning,
organized.
staff and students. Please pardon the interruption. Those students that are in JROTC that will be attending the field trip today, please report to Sergeant Harris' room at this time. Teachers, could you please be so kind to release those students to Sergeant Harris'
don't
room?
cry.
Thank you and have a good day.
Do we have this down?
Yes, we do.
Cool. Everybody's got it. All right. The second one is called the Ndrangheta. Can everybody practice saying that with me? Because that's a difficult Italian word.
Ndrangheta.
Ndrangheta. Let's hear everybody.
Ndrangheta.
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 In. Drang.
John.
Middle table. Let's practice saying this. Back table. In. Ndrangheta. Ndrangheta. Y'all's Italian needs some work. I'm gonna be honest. All right, but this is currently the most powerful criminal organization in Italy. It's located here in the region called Calabria, which is in the south of Italy, one of the poorer regions. Mostly all of southern Italy is poor, and mostly all of northern Italy is wealthier, right? So they started making money by actually kidnapping people in the north and then bringing them south. All right?
Yeah, what the slaves did.
Currently, a lot of that money that they've taken, they've reinvested into illicit things like drug trafficking, and that's probably their main source of income, right? So even in America, the Ndrangheta, as a criminal organization, has connections and actually pushes and has a lot of influence, okay? Looks like a couple students are still writing. Some of y'all are done. A couple words. Any questions about this? Yeah? Was that a hand?
I was stretching.
Okay. All right. The last one is the Camorra. Okay? Well, we said that the Ndrangheta and the Cosa Nostra are more vertical. The Camorra is horizontal, right? It's the oldest organization. It goes back to the 16th century, so write that down. That's the 1500s there. And like the Ndrangheta, it makes a lot of money through drug trafficking, which of course is illegal. But it also does things like counterfeit clothes. So even in America, a lot of the clothes that we wear come through the city of Naples, and they're made by like illegal factories and stuff, right? They also do waste management, which we're going to read about next week, which is something where they take trash and put it in illegal dumping grounds. Okay? We say here, looks like everybody's got it, that it has a horizontal rather than a vertical model. So while the Cosa Nostra and Ndrangheta have a boss up top, they have other bosses underneath, and they go down all the way to the bottom, kind of like a business, like you saw in the documentary. This is horizontal, so there's no central boss. Can anybody guess what impact might that have on the Camorra? It's a tough question. What impact might that have if they don't have a single boss?
Then they all gonna try to want to be boss.
Exactly.
Could
That's
be
very good.
eternal gang violence.
Exactly. So you have a lot more fighting within because it's horizontal instead of vertical. There's no central boss. So instead of one person being like, you guys are gonna be in charge of this area, you guys are gonna be in charge of this area, everybody's kind of fighting for their corners, right? Is American crime more vertical or more horizontal?
Is it what?
Is American crime more vertical or horizontal? Back table. What do y'all think? Horizontal. Why do you say that?
Say that again, say that again.
So is violence in America, is it more vertical or is it more horizontal?
No, I take that back. It's more vertical. Because like sometimes it's high and sometimes it's low.
Okay. Anybody disagree?
Wait, what? I don't understand the question.
I mean,
What do you
it's horizontal.
why do you say that?
Everybody, like, they trying to kill each other just to be at the top. Like, ain't nobody's gonna be at the top. So when somebody trying to knock you down.
I agree with that. I think that there's definitely a hierarchy in American crime, but it's not so clear. We see a lot, especially in like St. Louis, right? We see a lot of violence between different neighborhoods because there's a struggle for control, which happens because there's no central authority. We got one last list, okay? So you've got space to write this down. You're gonna have to write all of this, unfortunately. But this is important because these are the 3 theories that we're gonna apply to the article that we start reading in a minute. Can somebody from the front table right here, please read number 1 for us?
Okay. The culture leads itself to, The culture leads itself into the mafia because people think the mafia is something glamorous.
Thank you. So, this is kind of like what we said at the beginning of class with why do people in America join gangs. We said something that they do so because, okay, we can turn that off, I guess.